if we're making a list of the most disappointing teams in baseball, I don't know that either one will be on top. I probably put the Mets on top, San Francisco, but the Boston Red Sox and the Baltimore Orioles have both been real legitimate disappointments so far this season. They enter today, Tuesday, the 23rd of June. Baltimore's 9.5 games out of first place. Boston's 14.5 games out of first place. Both teams well under 500. The Orioles are in L.A. tonight facing the Angels. The Red Sox in Colorado facing the Rockies. What do we do with Boston and Baltimore tonight? What do we do with them moving forward? Let's talk about it. Teddy covers WagerTalk.com with a daily double video. Before I get started, I do want to let you guys know it is $5 Tuesday at WagerTalk.com. Single best bet in MLB for me for tonight, $5. No nonsense, no bait and switch. Best bets, $5 every Tuesday. WagerTalk.com. Visit my page, wt.buzz/TC, to get on board. We did win last night. I'm looking to we won all last week, and then we got clobbered over the weekend. So let's see if we can win again this week and hopefully have a different result this next weekend. That being said, check it out. Again, wt.buzz/TC, or just visit the website, WagerTalk.com, for those $5 best bets. Let's start with the earlier of these two games. That would be Colorado and Boston. We're going to look at the Odds Logic live odds screen right now to get the current numbers. And by the way, guys, oddslogic.com/Teddy. Simple, free 7-day trial. Check it out. If you like it, I like it. Whatever, try it if you want. Again, oddslogic.com/Teddy for free. No nonsense. It takes a minute to fill out the form. It really is not a long sign up. So check it out, oddslogic.com. But right now, I'm seeing Boston minus 155, minus 160, minus 165. Total 7.5 juiced to the over. And we do have one ace on the hill today in Sonny Gray. And Sonny Gray's been pretty good for Boston this year. No question. They're great. Is a guy who, when he's in form, we expect him to continue in form. When he's out of rhythm, he's a bet against hurler every time. But Gray has been solid. And his track record in Colorado is solid as well. It's not like the Rockies are tearing the cover off the baseball right now. Colorado, again, when you talk about teams that can hit and teams that can't, let's see, the Rockies, they scored 3 yesterday. They had 6, 2, and 4 in Pittsburgh. So far on this homestand, we're talking about 15 runs scored in the first 4 games. They're not tearing the cover off the baseball. Worth noting, of course, that in those first 4 games on this homestand, 3 unders, 1 over for the Colorado Rockies. They have been trending under of late. And today, I'm not convinced they're going to get a whole lot against Sonny Gray and company. And this is one of those scenarios. If you're going to play under, you may want to consider first 5 here. The Rockies bullpen has their issues, obviously. It's not like the Boston pen has been great. And there are always concerns in the mile-high air of Coors Field in Colorado. That being said, and of course, when we're talking about the Rocky starter today, we're not talking about anything resembling an ace and O'Sullivan. That being said, we talk about Colorado not hitting. Boston isn't hitting at all. Look at the Red Sox. 2, 1, 5, 6, 3, 0, 1, 4, 6 in their last, 8 or 9 ball games. So that'd be 3 or less, 5 of their last 7. And the 2 outbursts were 5-1 and 6-2. Those cashed unders. Boston, in fact, right now, 6-1 to the under their last 7 ball games. So they are trending under. And what do we always say when it comes to MLB totals? There is relation. In most sports, there's no relation between one game and the next. In MLB totals, there is legitimate relation between one game and the next. When a hot lineup is hot, it stays hot until proven otherwise. When a cold lineup is cold, it's cold until proven otherwise. When a pitching staff is pitching well, the bullpen stays rested. The starters are competing against each other. The pitching stays good. When the pitching is a disaster and the bullpen gets worn down, and the next day the bullpen's still worn down, and the day after the bullpen's worn down. So overs beget overs, unders beget unders. That's real. That's legitimate. That's one way that I like to make money betting baseball. And right now, Boston Red Sox, the lineup's not hitting. They're trending under. Colorado Rockies, the lineup is not hitting. They're trending under. We got to check the wind in Coors. If the wind's blowing out in Coors, there's no way we're playing unders. Oh, the wind's blowing in. It's actually a relatively cool night in Colorado for late June. So let's go under for the Rockies and the Red Sox under 10.5 in that one. Before I talk about Baltimore and LA, I want to ask you guys one simple favor. Really, if you like these breakdowns, I know you guys are watching them every day, and I really appreciate all of you who take the time out of every day to watch my daily double videos, powered by WagerTalk. I ask you guys one favor. Just give me a like. Boom. Thank you. Done. If you like, I'd really appreciate it if you comment below. Tell us what you think about these games or any of the other games. Tell me if you like my haircut or if you think my shirt is stupid. Whatever you like. Comment, like, and of course, if you haven't subscribed to WagerTalk TV. You'll get instant alerts when these videos go live. So check out the $5 plays on Tuesday at wt.buzz/TC and like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Now, let's talk about Baltimore and LA. I gave out a free play video yesterday. I used this game, and I used the Orioles, and the Orioles were pretty easy last night. Of course, I like the over in San Diego, and that finished 1-0. So I'm not going to pat myself on the back too much. The free play video split yesterday. And that's going to happen sometimes. I'm going to give you my best opinions on some games that were on my short list but didn't make the card. Sometimes I'll give you a free client play. It is what it is. But we'd like to go 2-0 instead of 1-1 today, if we can. And that means coming right back with the Baltimore Orioles. Right now, again, the price is very reasonable. I'm seeing as low as -132 right now. There's some love for Johnson, the Angels starter. I'm going to talk about him in a minute. But he is attracting betting market attention today. But I'm seeing anywhere from -135 to -145 in this game. Total sitting 9, juiced to the under. And Johnson came out. He's the Angels' number 2 pitching prospect. And he came out in his debut. He couldn't get anyone out in the first inning. He gave up 5 runs in the first inning and then mowed everyone down the next 4. So there's hope for Johnson tonight for LA. And he's 6'6". He's going to be a tough hit. He was, then again, the Orioles number 2, the Angels number 2 prospect. So he's a guy with some upside. And after getting bombed in the first and being unable to get anyone out in the first inning, he did throw 4 innings of shutout ball after that. So there's hope for Johnson. Baltimore's got Boz, and Boz has been pretty solid too. The Orioles, again, -135, -140, -145 at some shops, total 9. But Boz has been, for a guy who, everyone's saying, every year, this is the year, Boz is going to be good. Boz, and he's never lived up to the expectations of the prospect that he was. That said, he's allowed 3 earned runs or less in each of his last 7 outings. And he's eating up innings in the process. And that matters because if you compare these two bullpens, there's no comparison. Not that the Orioles have a great bullpen, but the Angels have a rough bullpen, and that rough bullpen got used up all weekend, and they got used up again yesterday. Look, right now, there's upside with Baltimore. I read this quote yesterday. I'm going to read it again here. Gunnar Henderson, quote, and this is last week, quote, "I feel like if we keep playing the way we are, we'll get on a good streak. All I can do is go out there and continue to string together good games." The Orioles have underachieved. They're not a disaster team. The Angels, it's a bottom feeder, man. The Angels are what they are, which is a team that's going to finish this season with 70 wins or 68 wins or 72 wins or somewhere in that range. I think Baltimore is better. I think Baltimore is road chalk here for good reason. We liked the Orioles yesterday. We like them again today. And again, we're talking about this price range. We're laying $135, $140 on the road. Johnson for LA, again, the last time out, he had the rough first inning and then pitched well after. And he is a highly regarded prospect. But even when it comes down to bullpen versus bullpen, I think the Orioles have the edge. Lineup versus lineup, I think the Orioles have the edge as well. So give me Baltimore at the slight minus price. Again, right now you can find them as low as -132. If you shop around, that's one of the advantages of using the Odds Logic live odds screen. So we're going to go Colorado, Boston under 10.5. No argument if you want to play first 5 under in that ballgame as well. And we're going to look at Baltimore as short road favorites in LA for today's daily double. Best bet, $5, wt.buzz/TC, or just visit WagerTalk.com. And thanks for watching. Have yourself a phenomenal Tuesday, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Cheers.